Have you ever felt something was off with an elderly loved one, but you couldn't quite explain it? Maybe they seemed more tired than usual. Maybe they were quieter or just different. You couldn't put your finger on it, but deep down you felt something had changed. That feeling is real. And you're not alone. After over 30 years of caring for patients in their final days, one experienced nurse noticed a clear pattern. She found that there are 5 common signs that someone may be nearing the end of life. These signs aren't always dramatic. In fact, some are so subtle that families often miss them until it's too late. Others may seem confusing, or even hopeful, at first glance. But when you know what to look for, it can help you be more present, more prepared, and more at peace during one of life's hardest moments. These 5 signs don't mean the end will happen right away. But they are gentle signals from the body, and sometimes the spirit, that change is coming. And here's something important. The 5th sign we'll talk about might surprise you. It's something many people experience, but few understand. Yet it brings comfort to those who witness it. So please, stay with us. We're going to walk through each of these signs together, step by step, in a simple and respectful way. Because when you understand what's happening, you can focus on what matters most. Being there. With love. With care. Sign number 1, they pull away from others. This first sign can be hard to see, and even harder to accept. You might notice your loved one isn't talking as much as they used to. They don't answer the phone. They skip meals. They sit quietly, sometimes staring out the window, not saying much. And you start to wonder, did I do something wrong? The truth is, no, you didn't. This isn't about you. And it's not them being rude or unkind. What's really happening is, their mind and body are starting to let go. It's like they're turning inward. Not because they don't love you. Not because they've stopped caring. But because their energy is changing. They're moving into a deeper, quieter space. This happens to many people as they near the end of life. They begin to pull back from the world around them. Talking feels like too much. Eating becomes less important. Even favorite shows or music might not hold their attention. It's heartbreaking, we know. But it's also natural. And here's something important to remember. Don't take it personally. Instead of trying to cheer them up or pull them back into conversation, just sit with them. Hold their hand. Let them know you're there. You don't need to fill the silence. Your presence is enough. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is simply be there. No fancy words. No big speeches. Just love. Quiet love. If they don't talk, that's okay. If they don't eat, don't push. If they fall asleep while you're sitting there, consider it a peaceful moment shared. Because even if they're pulling away on the outside, deep down, they feel you. They know you're there. And that means more than you may ever know. If this part of the video touched you, even just a little, please comment 1 below. It lets us know we're reaching people who care. And if you found this helpful or you think someone else might need to hear it, please subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing, but it helps us keep making these gentle, honest videos for people like you. People who've loved deeply. Who've cared for family. Who've stood by someone's side in silence when words were too heavy. Hit the like button if this felt valuable to you. And share it with a friend or family member who might be going through something similar. Because in the end, we're all just walking each other home. And no one should feel alone on that path. Sign number 2, strange breathing. This next sign can be one of the most unsettling. Not because it causes pain, but because it sounds different. You might notice something odd about your loved one's breathing. At first, it's slow, gentle. Then suddenly, it gets faster. Then it stops for a few seconds. You hold your breath with them, waiting, worried. And just when you think they've stopped breathing, they take another breath. It's scary. It's confusing. And it can feel like something is wrong. But here's what every experienced nurse will tell you. This is very common. It's called Cheyne-Stokes breathing, and it often happens in the final stage of life. The body is not in pain. It's not struggling. It's just slowing down. Think of it like this. The body has been working hard for many, many years. Now, it's gently beginning to let go. The breathing pattern becomes uneven, almost like a wave. Coming and going. Fast and slow. Pausing in between. It doesn't mean your loved one is suffering. In fact, most people in this stage are very peaceful. They may not even be aware of the change in their breathing. But for the family watching, it's hard. We understand. It can feel like you're on edge, waiting. Worried about every breath. Watching the rise and fall of their chest. If you ever feel unsure or overwhelmed, talk to a nurse or doctor right away. They can check and reassure you. You don't have to go through this alone. But know this, strange breathing patterns are usually not a medical emergency at this point. It's a natural part of the journey. And here's something else. If you're sitting with them, gently holding their hand, just be still. Breathe with them. Let your energy calm the room. Because your peace becomes their peace. You don't need to fix it. You don't need to panic. You just need to be there, with love, with patience, and with quiet strength. Sign number 3, a sudden burst of energy. If you've ever cared for an elderly loved one, you may have seen something that took you by surprise. One moment they're tired, drowsy, almost unresponsive, and the next they suddenly wake up. They're alert, talking, smiling. At first you might think, oh, this is a good sign. They're getting better. But in reality, this burst of energy can often signal something different. It's called a final rally, and it happens in the last days of life. It's like their body gets a sudden rush of strength, almost as if they're saying goodbye. The fatigue that's been weighing them down for so long suddenly lifts. They might look more like their old selves again. They may sit up, speak clearly, even smile. It can feel like a miracle, right? You're hopeful. You think, maybe they're getting stronger. But here's the truth. This burst of energy isn't about recovery, it's about the body preparing for the end. It's a way for them to say goodbye. It's not uncommon for families to experience this moment before their loved one passes. Some of the most powerful final words are spoken during these bursts of energy. Words like, thank you, goodbye, I love you. In these moments, they're often more present than they've been in days or even weeks. It's like they're finally able to express everything that's been on their mind. They're sharing their love, their gratitude, their peace. And for you, it's a deeply emotional moment. But don't be fooled. It doesn't always mean there's a recovery ahead. For many families, this burst of energy comes just hours or days before death. It can feel like a gift, a final opportunity to share love and closure. It's an unexpected chance to say the words that matter most. If you see this in your loved one, take advantage of it. Sit with them. Hold their hand. Let them express what they need to. And if they can't speak, know that their energy is telling you something important. They're telling you that they're at peace, that they're ready, and that they love you. It can be hard to accept, I know. When they're awake and alert again, it's hard not to hope for more. But the truth is, this burst of energy is often the calm before the end. So if you experience this with your loved one, be present in that moment. Don't rush it. Don't fear it. Just cherish it. Because in the end, these are the moments that stay with you forever. Sign number 4, cold hands and purple feet. One of the most noticeable changes in a loved one near the end of life is when their hands and feet start to feel cold. You might touch their hand and feel an unfamiliar chill, almost like it's lost all warmth. Or you might look down at their feet and notice that the toes have turned purple or blue. At first, it can be alarming. You might think they're cold because the room temperature has dropped. But here's the truth. Cold hands and purple feet are a sign that the body is starting to focus on its core. It's not about being cold from the environment, it's about the blood flow changing. When the body is nearing the end, it begins to conserve energy and focus on keeping vital organs warm and functioning. The heart and lungs, for example, need the most blood to keep going. So, blood is redirected away from the outer extremities, the hands, feet, and even the nose and ears, back to the core of the body. This is why you'll often see the hands and feet turn cold, and sometimes even a purplish or bluish color. It's a sign that things are changing fast. The body is slowing down and getting ready for the end. And while this can feel like a scary moment, it's a natural part of the process. If you notice this change in your loved one, it's important to stay close. This is not the time to leave them alone. The cold hands and purple feet are signals that the body is shutting down, and it's moving inward to protect itself. But here's the thing, don't panic. This change doesn't mean that they're suffering or in pain. It's simply the body's way of making sure the essential organs are getting what they need. You might feel the urge to try to warm them up, but be gentle. You can offer warmth by covering them with a soft blanket, but avoid drastic measures like hot water bottles or heating pad. They may not need it in the way you think they do. Instead, stay by their side. Hold their hand. Your presence is the warmth they need most. And while the coldness of the hands and feet can be tough to see, it can also bring a sense of peace. It's a reminder that the body is doing what it needs to do, preparing for the final moments with grace. Stay close. Be there to offer comfort. Let them know they are loved, not just in the warmth of the body, but in the warmth of your presence. This sign is a reminder that, no matter what, you're not alone in this journey. The changes can be hard to watch, but they also mark the passing of time and the beginning of letting go. Stay present. Stay loving. The final moments are precious, and your care means everything. Sign number 5. Talking to people who aren't there. One of the more mysterious signs that you might notice when your loved one is nearing the end of life is when they start talking to people who aren't there. It's a sign that can feel unsettling at first, especially when they start mentioning names of people who have passed away years ago. They might even smile, as though they're seeing someone in the room with them. You might wonder, who are they talking to? Are they confused? But here's the thing. This behavior is very common, and it's usually not a cause for concern. It's actually quite natural and often a peaceful part of the dying process. When someone is nearing the end of their life, their mind and spirit may start to open up in ways we don't always understand. They might begin to speak about loved ones who have already passed away, calling out names you haven't heard in years. Or, they might look at a corner of the room and smile, as if they see someone standing there that you can't see. At first, this may make you uncomfortable. You might feel confused or even frightened. But it's important to remember, this is not a sign of confusion or fear. It's actually often a sign of peace. Many people who've gone through this process believe that those nearing the end are being visited by loved ones who have already passed away. It could be family members, old friends, or even pets they once cared for. These encounters aren't something to be afraid of. They're often seen as comforting visits, helping your loved one feel safe and supported as they prepare to let go. Think of it like this: when someone is nearing the end of their journey, they may feel like they're not alone. They may feel surrounded by the love of those who went before them, offering reassurance and a sense of calm. It's like they're being guided gently towards peace. And while this can be an emotional experience for those watching, it's not a sign of something bad happening. In fact, many families see it as a beautiful, comforting moment, an indication that their loved one is ready, and that they feel at peace with the journey ahead. If your loved one starts talking to people who aren't there, don't panic. Instead, stay close. Listen. And if they smile or laugh, smile with them. It's okay to ask them who they're speaking to. But remember, this may be a deeply personal and peaceful moment for them. It's natural to feel a little emotional. After all, these are people and memories that have meant a lot to your loved one. But don't see it as something to fear. See it as a sign of comfort, as a sign of love. The people your loved one is calling to may be offering the final bit of peace they need, as they prepare to say their goodbyes. And in that, there's a quiet beauty. So, when this happens, stay with them. Hold their hand. Let them talk. It's not just a sign of the end, it's a sign of love, guidance, and peace as they move forward. Let's go over those 5 signs again. We've covered a lot of ground today, and I want to quickly go over the 5 signs we've talked about. 1. Pulling away from others. 2. Breathing changes. 3. Sudden energy burst. 4. Cold hands and purple feet. 5. Talking to people who aren't there. These signs are important to notice because they can help you understand what your loved one is going through as they near the end of their life. But remember, just because you notice one or more of these signs doesn't mean death is coming right away. It's simply a way for the body to communicate that changes are happening, and these signals give you the chance to understand what's going on. Noticing these signs gives you time to say the things that matter most, to share those final moments of connection and comfort. It's never easy to face these moments, but knowing what to look for can help you be present in a way that makes a difference. You'll be able to show love, support, and care when it's needed most. Have you ever seen any of these signs? Maybe it's something you've already noticed with a loved one. Or maybe you're noticing it now and wondering what it means. I'd love to hear your story. Share your experience in the comments below. By sharing, we can all help each other. Many people are going through similar challenges, and your story might bring comfort to someone else who needs it. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We're here to talk openly and honestly about aging, about the challenges we all face, and about the wisdom we gain along the way. And remember, share this video with someone you care about. There's always someone who needs a little extra support, and this video might just make a difference for them. Thank you for being here with us. We're here to walk this journey together, offering kindness, honesty, and care every step of the way. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.